Stumpy just helping himself to a morning snack while we're picking jackfruits. So those two weren't good enough to send away. So we just drop them, wait for them to ripen up, and then we come down and we harvest all the seeds out of them to make more rootstocks. But Stumpy has decided that that's going to be his after breakfast snack.
Hey folks, Ian here. Oh, it's getting hot. It's 7:30 in the morning, and literally all I've done is gathered up my angle grinder, my string, and sweating already. Got to get out here early in the morning to try and beat the heat. Oh, it's stupidly hot. You can't work in this sort of heat and humidity midday and afternoon. So it's I suppose sort of split shifts. Do a session early in the morning, then get out to the heat and come back out again, say in the afternoon. Even mowing is just too hot at the moment. We've been promised some rain, but the problem with the rain is if you only get a little bit of rain, then it doesn't cool anything down, but the humidity again goes through the roof. What we're doing this morning is staking up the trees and pruning out the top section, and then starting the shaping process. So the plan of action here is to tie up the tree to bring it more upright, and whilst we're at it, 1, 2, 3, 4 branches. The more branches you leave, the more pruning you've got to do, and we reckon sort of doing it this way with the amount of trees that we've got, it'll be more than enough for us. Plenty of work. Because this wood is really young, it's quite thin, and just putting string around will cut in. And this is our soft ties. Doesn't cut into the wood quite the same. Put this above the first branch so that it doesn't slide down, and there's plenty of space there for the main trunk to grow and thicken before it starts to choke the wood. Next job is, this is just locally referred to as banana string, or it's sort of hay bale string. Get this upright, and this will just stay on until the tree's stiffened up and is shaped in a nice upright position. Then there's these that will, see how this is quite upright, and they'll grow upright if you're not careful, and I just want them to be pulled out slightly. So that's I use the other star pickets. Wow, believe me, they get hot. So, a quick cut of this. So, one for that branch, one for this. I'll do the cutting on the green grass because it's so hot and potentially dry. Yeah, I don't want to start a fire. Okay, so sledgehammer. Okay, so somebody tell me, here we go. I'll edit that out, otherwise no doubt Angela will be like, you lose everything you do. So these are old fencing posts, star pickets they call them here in Australia. Got holes here where you can put your ties if you run say barbed wire along, and then put wire through here and wrap it. Why am I cutting them? Because by the time we've planted 550 trees and I need 4 to 5 for each tree, that's an awful lot of star pickets and an awful lot of money. And these are old ones that are rusting out anyway, so I'll just be using these. So even though I won't tie anything to this one just yet, I've got to put it in its place, otherwise it's just another job that you have to remember to come back to. Again, just cut it long enough that it can stay in place for quite a while. Can't come too close to the end, otherwise if you're not careful you kind of bend the branch. So a little bit frustrating that you have to sort of tie it here, then take it off and move it further up. But the main thing, you've got to remember that the shape of these trees you're going to be living with for an awful long time, so get it right. Get it right at the beginning. Get the trees nicely in line. Get the shape right. Because yeah, it's going to be years and years that you'll be living with these trees, or somebody is going to be living with these trees. And I've put the star pickets out far enough that as this branch grows bigger and this tie comes further out, it'll come out and be able to pull it even vertical here. And I found that that's enough. And I tie these to the lowest hole possible, that way I can reuse the string. Bring it further up higher on the different holes as the branch gets bigger. Don't like wasting the string.
come down to check out the durians after that big flowering that we had. And we have baby durians. So that's the next stage. Of course, that doesn't always mean that we'll get all of those durians.
They're building out nice, aren't they? Some of these are misshapen, so they'll abort, or we'll thin them out anyway.
So fingers crossed now that they hang on.
That we don't get too much rain.
Yeah, we don't get too much rain, and
that causes them to just drop all the fruit set.
And that tree didn't flower last year, so
yeah, it'll be interesting what this one's like.
Yeah, we've tried some durian off some of the other trees, and they were all really nice.
Yeah,
I thought. But this one that we've just shown didn't flower last year, but it has this year, so
be interesting before we chop it out.
Yeah.
If it is any good, we can graft from this one.
Yeah.
Before we do take it out.
And we have some Canistel fruit coming now too. Plenty of fruit, so we will have to come and thin these out, but wait until they get a little bit bigger first and we can select.
Select the right shape and where they are on the branches. I reckon. But look, there's still...
Some of them naturally drop off anyway, don't they?
Yeah, they're still flowering.
Yeah, still flowering. Setting fruit. And yeah, they will to a certain extent thin themselves out. But then we do thin out some more so that we get good sized fruit. But there's some decent sized ones already. This is our Abiu tree that's just in the boundary. We've only got the one. Beautiful fruit. And it has set some fruit. Still quite young, so got to grow a bit yet. They are like creme caramel. Delicious.
So long as you don't let them get overripe.
Yeah, if they're overripe, they turn a bit mucusy. But just got to pick them just right and chill them down. Grab a spoon and dig in.
Probably about half and half, yellow, green.
Yeah, just a bit of green around the top, I reckon. It's just soft enough and firm enough that they're not too mushy. So yeah, hopefully get some nice Abius, as long as we remember that they're here, because we often forget that we've got this tree on the boundary until it's too late, so got to remember.
Also, you don't like these little chaps, do you?
I do not like them. That is a green ant nest. And we have a lot of green ants. You can actually eat green ants.
Yeah, yeah. Supposed to taste citrusy.
Yeah, citrusy. I think they actually make a, is it green ant gin or something?
In South Australia, yeah.
Anyway, I haven't tried to eat them. You eat their bottoms, apparently. But I try and stay away from them if I can, because they bite. And they give quite a decent little nip. So, yeah. Won't be picking any Abius that are close to that thing, that's for sure.
You'll leave that to me. So, over the last 48 hours, we've received 125 millimetres of rain. And this is what happens. There's still some fruit set hanging on, but if we get any more rain, no doubt they'll go. And this is a problem. Too much rain at the wrong time and farewell fruit set. This is why I'd say it's okay as they I don't know what you'd describe, a bit of a novelty crop for our region, or put in a few in for yourself. But because we don't have that definitive dry and wet season, it can rain at any time, it can be dry at any time, becomes managing them just extremely difficult. So fingers crossed we don't get any more rain for a while, because without the rain you can irrigate. When it's raining, especially torrential rain, I mean, like I say, we had what was it, 54 mils today, 75 mils yesterday. There's not much you can do about that, keeping that off the trees. So fingers crossed some hang on. Like I say, it's going to be the last year anyway. We'll take these out because we're taking them off the trellising regardless. This will be the this will be the last row of trellising that we've got to take the trees out completely like this, and then it'll be just set to pulling all the wire out, taking that to the tip. All that time and money down the drain, but it is what it is. At the moment, Angela's down there planting some rootstock, and then in a couple of months' time we'll be getting grafting on those jackfruit trees. And I'll go and join her because I've got to water in the trees and then put protectors around them. So catch you later.